Level 3 Language Arts from the Good and the Beautiful. Today we are showing you guys how we do a lesson using the new edition. I really love these types of videos because it helps me decide if a curriculum is a good fit for me. I love seeing a curriculum in action, and today I wanted to make this video to help you out if you're thinking of using this curriculum. If you want to see how a lesson is done, I hope that this can help you. If you are interested, just keep on watching.
The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun.
My name is Regina, Gina for short, and today, like I said, we are showing you how we do a lesson using the new edition of the Language Arts Level 3 from the Good and the Beautiful. We were previously doing the old edition from the Good and the Beautiful, and we switched over to the new edition. We started on Unit 4 in the new edition, so we're going to show you how we do a lesson. My son is... Okay, we are in lesson 107, and we are learning about capitalization rules, titles, and you'll see here that the Good and the Beautiful is very open and go, and they still have that very much open and go kind of concept going on. So this is telling you, the blue text is telling you what you have to do. So complete chapter 16 with the child in the journey of 5, a phonics read together book. So this is the journey of 5. This is the book that we are reading right now. We are currently on chapter 16, and you'll see here that it always starts with the phonics concepts, and vocabulary is also incorporated into the reading. And there's the parent and teacher portion, and then there is the student portion. Now, because this is the last chapter book in the series of the 4 books, each unit has a chapter book that goes along with the unit. And this whole unit is all about survival and whatnot. So I really love that the units are kind of like, there's different topics that they're focusing on. One of the questions that I got from someone, which is a really great question, is that going from level 3 to level 4, is there a huge jump with the new edition to the edition that they have right now? Now, I'm going to tell you, to quite honest with you, that the level 3, this new edition, is a little bit more, I don't want to say easy, but it's just easier to use and easy for the child to be more engaged into the lessons. So there's definitely differences when it comes to the old and the new edition, but check out my video if you want to, hear a little bit more about that. So the student portion, you'll see that the student portion, when it's thumb to read, there is a kind of like big gaps in the reading. You can see that the font and the spacing is a little bit different compared to the parent teacher and the student portion. And because this is the last book, they read a little bit more. The reading does get more difficult as the child progresses in the course, which is, normal. And each chapter, I think we spend around probably like 6 minutes. And there are some pictures in here too. So it kind of brings the book alive a little bit, and I really, really like it. So we are going to be doing the journey of 5 today. Then the next thing is complete the lesson with the child, and then have the child complete the lesson practice independently. But now the Good and the Beautiful has actual video lessons. Not all lessons have videos, but a lot of them do. So you either can play the lesson or you can do the lesson with the child. We've been doing the video lessons and we've been loving it. So we're going to show you that in a little bit. And if you do the video lesson and, if the child is okay, just move on to the lesson practice. And they should be able to do this independently. And Nicholas has been doing it independently. It's been working so well. And then there's the independent work, which is concepts that the child has learned in the past. They keep on bringing it up. There is sometimes writing assignments and journals, opinion paragraphs. So today Nicholas is doing an opinion paragraph, and it tells them step by step what they need to do. Some of it is already completed for him, and then he has to complete the rest. And then on Unit 3, he learned about contractions, and then he has to just fill this out. And then personal reading, he does that throughout the day. And he has been reading Timothy on the 10th floor. This is the books that came with the other units. And because we only started this new edition on Unit 4, when it came to Unit 4, we haven't read the other ones. We have read Kingdom of Kind, the short story that was in the old edition, but they've added more to it. So Nicholas has been going through the chapter books, and he's been reading Timothy on the 10th Floor right now for his independent reading, and that is it. That is the lesson, how it's looking like. Now, every other lesson, they have spelling practice. They have a really great app on the Good and the Beautiful's apps, and what you can do is you can practice the spelling words, the unit spelling words for that unit, and it's just been a lot of fun doing the spelling. I've been really enjoying the spelling. For this lesson, he doesn't have the spelling practice, but you'll see for the next lesson, let's see here, this is lesson 108. See, he has spelling book, so he has spelling practice, but I sometimes like getting these spelling rules that he has been learning about. This is like additional that I have, and I add this, and we'll sometimes do like, okay, let's do like a little chart, and let's think of words that start with the cha-cha sound that has the CH or the TCH, so we can review rule number 7. So I've just been doing that with him. So I just kind of do that on the side with him sometimes. So I don't know if we'll do it today. It just depends on how it goes, but I think that we are going to be doing that. So whenever we don't have spelling practice, I kind of just get the spelling rules and just review it. So let's show you how we do a lesson using the new edition. So as you can see, Nicholas is just using the app, and he's going to be watching the video that goes along with the lesson. Usually videos are anywhere between 5-6 minutes long. It's not very long, and they're very engaging. Nicholas really likes it. So usually we do the shared reading whenever we have time afterwards. We don't do that first thing. So just because it tells you to do that first doesn't mean you have to do it. Only if the lesson has something to do with the actual reading, we will do it. But usually we'll just do it at our own pace. Sometimes Nicholas will do his independent work first, and then he'll do the lesson. It just depends on how he's feeling. But for today, he's already starting on the lesson, and then he will go on and do the lesson practice.
Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning
I'm making a title.
Okay. So, and what's going to be your title?
Matthew in the Middle of Nowhere.
Matthew in the Middle of Nowhere. Okay. And it gave him instructions on how to write the title. So it says, it told him to create a title, and in and the has to be in the title. And he had to make sure that in and the is not capitalized.
Matthew
has 2 T's.
T. Oh.
So what do you have to do with in and the?
You can't lose with capital?
Yeah.
Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give.
So the first thing he had to do in his independent practice is that he had some review on proper nouns. He had to circle or heart the correct proper noun, and then he had to underline any letters that needed to be capitalized. So he ended up doing that. For the independent practice, I get Nicholas to do it on his own, but if he needs help, I'm there to help him. For the proper nouns, I did help him a little bit just to kind of get started, and then he understood it and whatnot. But I get him to read it, and then we end up, if he needs some help, I'll help him. For the writing portion, he's doing an opinion paragraph. For the writing portion, he likes having me there, and I don't mind it as well. So for the writing portion, we brainstormed, and he got the paragraph done, and I like that it has the check marks there too, just to guide him and let him know what he has to write. And then he finished off with Unit 3 contractions.
Tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today,
Mustache. Pistachio.
Yep.
Chicago. Chicago.
What is it?
Chicago?
Chicago. You know what Chicago is?
Yeah, it's like a country.
It's a city.
City?
Okay, next one.
Machinery.
Machinery. So the next one is ER usually says as in her, but it can say air as in terrible. Read the words.
Terror. Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Inherited.
Mm-hmm.
Heritage.
Good.
Therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
Ceremony. Generic. Generic.
Good.
Inheritance.
Good. So, and it says here, vocabulary.
The grove of trees nearby, and quickly returned barking and walking back and forth. The group of the grove of trees. I think
Something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to live.
Okay, now I want to show you how we do an assessment. We are finished with the level 3 of the Good and the Beautiful. I want to show you a little bit of how an assessment looks like when it comes to the Good and the Beautiful, and then we will talk about things that, you know, I like, things maybe that I'm gonna try to nitpick and try to come up with maybe something that I would like to see different from this new edition, but it's gonna be hard, so I'm still thinking about it. But let me show you how we do an assessment. Nicholas's last lesson today, lesson 120, and it's a review. He's gonna start off with a reading assessment, and basically he should be completing this reading with, is it 70 seconds? Yeah, so 70 seconds or less, and I think it's like 3 mistakes that he should be getting. If he gets 3 mistakes, that's fine, but it just kind of shows, like, you know, how his reading is doing. So there's that assessment. He's also doing an assessment on grammar and usage assessment. So he's going to do all the purple sections, and this is what he's been learning throughout the unit, and the yellow section is for extra practice. This is the end of year, like everything that he kind of learned. He's been doing assessments this past couple of weeks. So yesterday he also did a unit assessment, so we're just continuing. I think it was like 3 days of assessments, unit 1 to 3. Let me see here. Yeah, he's been just doing assessments all this past week, so he's been doing really, really well, and this is our last day of assessment. So let's do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
it's fun to imagine jobs I could have in the future. I could own a store that sells old antiques. I would like to be a chef and make special onion soup. I would also like being a...
So 1 minute and 3 seconds. So he was able to do the assessment. He did really, really good.
Yeah.
He did good, right?
Yeah.
He got one thing, I think, or 2 of them wrong, right, Nicholas?
So I got
chemist. And what was the other one? What was it? Oh, chore. Yeah, choir.
Choir.
So instead of saying choir, he said chore.
So choir?
Yeah, so 2 wrong. That's
Choir
pretty good.
and chemist.
You have a hard time sometimes
Yeah.
with the CH. You
Yeah.
forget that's cha-cha
Yeah.
and the ka-ka. But you did really good.
Yeah.
Good job. 5.
2 words only wrong.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
timing. I like their cabin. There.
Sky looks orange.
So there. Would it be? So THER there. RE. So THERE there is like there. Like over there, right? There is there.
You took off the eyes on my head.
I'm gonna let the sunshine and the day.
So Nicholas is finished his assessment, guys. I apologize for the noise. My husband's outside on his tractor. The kids are here, but I'm going to try to make this short and simple. I really like that the new level 3 has an assessment. The old edition of the level 3 does not have an assessment. They only have like review, and this one has review and an assessment as well. I like that this has an assessment to it because it allows me to see, okay, what does Nicholas have to work on? The grammar and usage assessment allowed me to see, okay, you know what? He's actually getting this. So he did actually really, really good. I think he did everything right. So that's perfect. I was able to see, you know, how is his reading? I'm comfortable with where his reading is at. I'm really proud of him. And I asked Nicholas if I even told him, oh, we're not going to show, you know, you reading it. He's like, no, show me reading it. It's okay. So he allowed me. So that's one of the reasons why I really do love this new edition compared to the old edition, just because of this, basically the assessments that, you know, come with it. And, you know, you can make it something fun for them. Like I try to tell Nicholas, like, we're not trying to be perfect here. We're just trying to see, you know, where you're at, and just for you to see, you know, how you're doing as well. And if your child feels uncomfortable with you timing them, don't time them, you know, just don't show them that you're timing them or whatnot. Just don't put too much pressure into it. And then guess what, if he didn't do, you know, if he was struggling with his reading, guess what? The beauty of homeschooling is that you can work on that so much. Right, Nicholas? Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you've been liking? You can stay there. Okay, Nicholas, you're on the floor. Nicholas, tell us, what do you think about the new edition?
I prefer it than the old edition, honestly.
Why?
Oh, the books are way better. I recently finished it yesterday.
Which one?
Timothy and the 10th Floor. I really liked it.
What do you want from Timothy and the 10th Floor?
I wanted the secret door.
Yeah, it's the sequel to it, right? But guess what? What I found out?
What?
It's not out yet.
Really?
No, but you know what is out? The Cricket Crook
Ranch 2.
The door one. What's it called? The secret door.
Secret door.
I'll put it in order.
Yeah?
And for not to be so expensive with shipping and whatnot. So we will put it in order for some books.
Okay.
But I'm gonna ask them as well, if you homeschool moms, if you have any advice on books that we can read. It doesn't have to be The Good and the Beautiful. Let us know. Are you photobombing? Are you going in my... What kind of books do you like reading?
So I like adventure books.
Adventure books.
What is it called? The Journey of 5.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
The best books that I read, probably one of the best ones.
Right, is The Journey of 5. So more adventure, mystery maybe.
Yeah, like The Kingdom of Kind was really good too.
Yeah, it was almost like olden day, kind of like that was really good.
Yeah, that was
The Kingdom of Kind. Okay, so those are kind of books. If you have any recommendations, guys, leave it down in the comments, right? You would appreciate that, right? And
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
See you later.
I wanted to show you guys my School Nest reading journal and the books that Nicholas has read, or not all of them, but a good amount of them. We always do a book review. So he did do a book review for The Journey of 5, and then he does a summary, he does his thoughts, he has questions, maybe quotes that he liked, and then he does an illustration. And I like this quote here from The Journey of 5. Greatness is not something we inherit or achieve by fame and beauty. So I really, really enjoy, look at his rating, 5 stars. I really like adding this book journal, reading journal to our homeschool as well. So I wanted to show you that because he had like a little assignment where he had to do a book review, and we actually used this. And we're actually reenacting the sequel of The Journey of 5, just in the woods and stuff like that. We sometimes play Journey of 5. That's how much we love this book. And I think I already mentioned that, but I wanted to mention this because we really do enjoy this reading journal from the School Nest. Level 3 from The Good and the Beautiful, I have already, side-by-side comparison of the old and the new edition. So this won't be it. This will be like a review of, I'm done with it. Like, we've done this curriculum. And from what we've done, I'm going to share with you guys like my honest thoughts. So night and day, guys, night and day. There's no comparing the old edition to the new edition. Like, this is so amazing how they've changed it up so much. Let me tell you a little bit of the things that I've really, really enjoyed. First thing, I love that they have the video lessons. Now, the video lessons are not for all lessons, but for a lot of lessons you do have video lessons, and I like how independent it allows my son to be. You know, there were a good amount of times where I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was the reading with my son, which we'll get to that in a second about my thoughts about the reading, the books and whatnot. But the actual lesson and lesson practice, independent work, my son could do that all on his own. Now, to me, that's a huge game changer because I have littles. I have multiple kids. So on some days, I didn't even have to do much. The lessons are so engaging. They're short, sweet, to the point. You can find them on the Good and the Beautiful app. Very easy, very simple, straightforward, and effective. And Nicholas, after, could do the lesson practice. He didn't need me. And if he did need me, I'm there to help him. But for the most part, because there were such amazing lessons and he's reading already, he has this, you know, I'm fostering this independent learner. From an early age, I've always liked doing that, and this offers him that independence, and it helps me out as well, and I love that. And Nicholas liked it too. He even mentioned like, wow, I really like these video lessons. I prefer doing the video lessons than doing the lessons with you. No offense, mommy. And I'm like, no offense taken. I agree with you. It's 4 units, and there's 4 different chapter books with each of the units. Right before they start a chapter, they have their phonics practice. Sometimes they have challenging words. Sometimes they have vocabulary words. So they have different things that they're working on. And within the chapters that they're going to be reading, they're going to review these words. They're going to be reading these words within the chapters, which I love. I can really see the difference in just incorporating it this way, the phonics, the challenging words, the vocabulary in this way. It really does help the child understand. Like when I'm reading it, I'm seeing it and I'm seeing, okay, this is what it means. So I really like that. I really, really enjoyed the actual stories. They have pictures to it now. So you're going to have pictures in the actual chapter books, which brings the chapter book to life. Now this one's all about adventure. It's about survival in the forest. We are actually making our own skits outside, and we are actually making a sequel to the Journey of 5 because that's how much we loved it. I know when Nicholas likes a story because he tells me, let's keep on going, let's keep on going. I want to finish that. I want to know what happens next. That's how I know that he's liking what he's reading, and I love that because this happened here. Every time we would finish a chapter, he's like, oh man, I want to read more. I want to read more. I really like that it's a shared reading as well. I was doing that before in the old edition, even though they had said that it was just, you know, their personal reading. I like that it's shared reading because I can see, okay, is Nicholas actually like, how is he reading? Is he understanding what he's reading? Is he skipping? Is he going too fast? Is he, you know, is he actually reading it and understanding it? So I can actually see, you know, if he's struggling or, you know, whatnot. So this shared reading is so awesome. In the beginning of the actual readers, it actually tells you, you know, the challenging word list, the vocabulary list, you know, the principles that they're going to practice. But one of the things I really, really enjoyed is that you also see in the introduction, you have all the characters, like the main characters, and you can see and visualize the story, and it just really does come to life. So I really like that. And now the other big change that I really, really enjoyed is that you will see a bit more writing in it, but not in an overwhelming way. They really hold your hand when it comes to writing, but allow the child that freedom as well to write. It's just, they've done it in such a brilliant way that I really enjoy and that Nicholas really enjoys, and it doesn't overwhelm him, which I really like. Now there's journal entries, there's summaries, there's comprehension kind of assignments, and I really like that. So writing, huge improvement as well. Another thing is the spelling, guys. I really like this little spelling book. I feel like they have stepped up their spelling game, especially the spelling word list. They've shortened it. There's less units now, and less words. So I feel like these are irregular words still, the spelling list, but I think that they've done such an amazing job in incorporating it into the lessons. I love the dictation. I just really enjoy how they're doing spelling, so much that we were doing 180 days of spelling, because if you've been here a while, you know that I wasn't using the spelling portion from the Good and the Beautiful when it came to their spelling list. I just kind of did my own thing before, but now I completely changed. I'm doing this. Like, my son did amazing with spelling when it came to the Good and the Beautiful, their new edition. Spelling, I really, really like. So one of the things I like about spelling is that every other lesson you do spelling. And they do have their spelling words, but they also have videos that explain the spelling rule. You can go on their app. They have the app where you can actually practice the spelling words, and they can do that completely independently. There is the app, and they just press a button. It'll say the word, and they have to spell it. If they spell it wrong, the app will tell you, okay, this is how you spell it. Let's spell it again. So I really enjoy the app. It's so easy, guys. So simple and easy for the child to learn their spelling list. But I also like the different activities that they have in here. Really, really great. And I really like that they start off their lesson with a riddle. So every lesson starts with a riddle, and it'll have the answer in the next page. So this one says, what instrument is grand? A piano. And it says here, what building has the most words in it? A library. So it has like different types of riddles. They have different types of activities, so you can learn different spelling rules. And towards the end of the unit, they do test the child on the spelling. There's a spelling patterns assessment, the spelling words and months assessment. Okay, so they're gonna have that towards the end, and you can kind of review and see, okay, my son needs to work on this, he needs to work on that. But honestly, I was so proud of him and how he did spelling. Even his spelling rules, I feel like the spelling patterns assessment, because they work on different patterns and rules throughout the actual units, I feel like the actual lesson practice with it, huge game changer. Really like how they've incorporated so many different aspects to it. Really, really lovely. So all in all, guys, I feel like this new edition has been amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. And I feel like if you've been on the fence, take a look at it. Like, go online, download the free PDF. I feel that's one of the questions that I got. Will my son be okay on going on to level 4? I think so, guys. I think that he's going to be okay. Of course, I will update you because he's going to go into level 4. They are a little bit more independent on level 4, which I'm pretty happy about. They don't have the video lessons, which I'm kind of sad about. But is there, like, do I think he's prepared to go on to level 4? I do think so, based on what I've seen, but I will keep you updated. And the other thing that I got questions on is the binding. And guys, it does lay flat. So when your child is writing, or they need to write inside the actual lesson, it lays flat. So it's not going to be kind of like, I understand what you guys are saying, kind of like, will they be able to write right towards the end? I think so. Like it once you start using it, it lays pretty flat. And a lot of people are like, oh, I wanted the old binding, I wanted new binding. I'm not too picky about binding. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really care, but I thought I would mention it here because I did get questions regarding the binding. I think if I were to like really be nitpicking here and say like, was one thing that I wish that they had. Honestly, I wish that all the lessons had video lessons. Maybe that's one thing if I had to nitpick. And if you don't like video lessons, you can do the lesson one-on-one with your child. Like, you don't have to only do the video lessons. I think I should mention that because some people are like, oh man, video lessons, but you don't have to do the video lessons. It's up to you if you want to do it, the video lessons, or if you want to actually do it one-on-one with your kids. But I wish maybe all the lessons were video lessons. That's maybe just me being, you know, since we got a taste of the video lessons, like I feel like I want all of them to be video lessons, but maybe that's just me. There is like some audios as well that go along with the actual sometimes independent practice, so your child has to listen to something. So there's also audio narrations as well. But maybe that's just me nitpicking. I think that's the only thing I can think of. Oh, one more thing. You know what? You can get this online, but because I don't have a printer right now, I can't do it. I was waiting for my little certificate here. Before, they used to have sometimes certificates in the end. So I guess I'm nitpicking right now. I would appreciate it if there was a certificate here, because I was like, let's take a picture with your certificate. But guess what? Mama doesn't have a printer right now because Mama is in the middle of nowhere. Want me to give you guys a sneak peek of outside of how it's looking, guys? It is a look. We're clearing the land. Let's show them. Oh, guys, look at my trailer. My trailer's looking messy.
Look, there's Daddy.
Let's show them. We are clearing the land, guys. So we're just like taking out all the trees, and my husband's there, doing some stuff with our tractor. So it's a work in progress. There you go. Sneak peek of living off grid in the middle of nowhere. It's a lot of work. Yeah, guys, that is my honest review. I hope this was able to help you in your decision if you want to use this level 3 language arts from the good and the beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mosquito. This mosquito, just leave me alone. I swear if it bites me, I'm gonna kill it. Okay. What's
Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.